Hey, we're going to make our salads a little different today. I've got a little shortage on containers because some of them are being used, but I want to go ahead and get them made up for the week. So we're going to do them in Ziploc bags. And so let's get down and get we're just going to make all the fixings for my salad. So let's do that. Hi, this is Terry. I've been maintaining a 180-pound weight loss for over a year with a clean, whole foods, meat-focused, low-carb, low-calorie approach. I'm doing peppers. I always like to add these to my salad during the week. I don't do it on salad making day. So as usual, I go in and I push the little green stem in. Sometimes I got to work on it. Sometimes there's stuff down inside there. But once you get it pushed in, alright, so I got it. You can see it's disconnected, 100% disconnected, all up in there. Now I'm going to see you can move it around in there. It's hard to see. But anyway, now I'm going to pull it open. Okay, so there it is. And you can see why it was hard. That's a big chunk. You can see there's a lot of membrane in there. So, but that's the seeds. So there's a few in here. So there's some seeds hanging on right here. So I'll pull this little piece out, and I'm just going to pull out all the interior, the membrane and all those extra seeds out of there. And same with this one. And now the seeds just tap out as soon as you get the membranes out. Now you can lay this to the side. Let's try another one. Maybe this one will work better. So you just push in the green stem. Uh-oh.
Your dish timer is done.
Sorry, I had an alarm go off. So you push in the green stem. Pull it open. Just got to pull very carefully because you don't want your seeds to go flying everywhere. And look. No seeds on this one. The seeds are attached to this. There's a few in there, but they're actually attached to the membrane. So when you pull that out, they'll come out. See? No seeds. One more. See how the red one does. So push the stem in. Pull it apart. See, some pieces got stuck on, some seeds are stuck on that membrane. And there's just one lone seed down in there. So pull this out. And there you are. Just tap the seeds out. After you've done all that, now let's get them cut. Take a knife, and I just like to just kind of cut them into thicker strips here and there, and just cut them and cut them. And I cut them. Then I just go in and cut them this way. Zoop, 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 zoop. And there you got your peppers. So now I'm going to go through and cut all these peppers up. You can put them in, you can pickle them, you can put them on your salad, you can do whatever you want to with them. You can make fajitas, you can leave them long. So either way, it's pretty darn quick once you pop that stem out. Like I see videos where they roll them out and cut them out a certain way, and I ain't got time for all that. I just don't got the energy for all that. They may think it looks fancy, but all I do is, you see how quick and easy this is. And then that's a whole pepper. We done popped out the seeds and got it chopped up, and there we go. So that's all the yellow pepper. And now I'll do the red one. And chop, 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 chop. Slice it. Chop, chop, chop. Slice it. Chop, 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 chop. And there we go. So you see how quick and easy it is to do peppers. So I'm going to finish this other 1.5, and I'll be back with you. Now that we've got the peppers cut up, I'm going to put them into this container. Maybe. Okay. Get them in there. And I do not add the peppers to my salads until the night before. I don't add the wet things to my salad because I don't You know, you want things to be dry so they last longer. So I'll put a paper towel on it, put a lid on it. There we go. And I'm going to store it upside down, so then that way all the liquid is dripping downward onto the paper towel. And there's my peppers. I'll add these the night before to my salads. Something I love on my salad is a red onion and white onion. So, but onions make me cry. And when Gloria saw that I was having trouble with my onions, she was kind enough to send me a chopper. It's a I gotta find, hang on, I'll tell you what it is. Give me just a second. This is a Fabio Viviani. This was this one, she picked it up on QVC. And so this does great with my red onions. So I just put the 4/4 down in the bowl. Put that on. Put on the motor. This is the motor of the chopper. And then I just do it a few times. You could put some tomatoes down in there, some peppers, and make yourself a salsa or pico de gallo. I'll just leave these in here. Actually, I do a mixture of red and yellow onions, so I'm just going to put them both down in here. Then that way I can kind of get both of them whenever I add it to my salad. Just going to mix them up here so there's a good mix and I don't have more of one than the other. Okay, to get my salads going, I took all my ingredients and divided it by 8 servings. So I'm going to make my serving up in here and then put it into a Ziploc bag. So to get started, my cabbage is going to be 100. Well, that's silly. I need to put this on the other hand. My cabbage is going to be 113 grams. So I've zeroed it out. I'm going to go with 113-ish grams. It's not going to be exact, but in the grand scheme of things, it'll average out over a couple days. So, okay. So 113 grams of cabbage. And then we're going to zero that out. And then we're going to do 60 grams of rutabaga. After I zero it out again. Come on. All right. So 60 grams of rutabaga. All right, 60 grams of rutabaga. Then we're going to zero it out and we're going to do 59 to 60 grams of onions. All right, so there's the onions. And the last thing is we're going to do 42-ish grams. I got the stir fry medley. Honestly, I thought it was broccoli slaw, but it wasn't. So I'm just going to put some of this, about 40 grams worth of whatever's in here. I'll put about 40 grams worth in here. And, all right. So there we go, 40 grams. So that is how I'm going to make all of my salads. So I'm going to drop that in there. And then we're going to start over, and we're going to zero it out and do it again. So again, I'll do 113-ish grams of cabbage. Okay, zero that out. Do 59 grams of onions because that's just the total amount of onions that I had divided by, I'm making 8 salads. All right, and then again, we zero this out and we do 60 grams of rutabaga. All right, and then we zero it out and do 42 grams of this stir fry. Now, I don't normally do it this way, but some of my stuff was dirty. So I thought, well, why don't I try it this way and just do something different. So, because I've got some of my container. I wanted to make 8 salads and I only had 4 available containers. So this way, I'll just be able to put them in the bag the night before, dump the bag into my container, and there we go. So, all right, I'm going to do the rest of these, 8 more bags, and I'll be back. I went ahead and figured out the macros. So, and now this is before I add anything else, okay? So by the time I, make it up the night before, there will be a lot of other things that I add to it. So, but I'm going to tell you what the macros are as of this moment. So each bag has 113 grams of cabbage, 60 grams of rutabaga, 59 grams of onions, and 42 grams of that stir fry medley. So each bag contains 95 calories, 3.6 protein, 20 total carbs, and 0.2 fat. Fiber is 6. So if you're doing net carbs, which I did for my veggies on the way down, but my salads were not this big when I was in keto mode, okay? I'm just telling you what I'm doing in maintenance. So I do not eat the same way I did during my weight loss phase, okay? I had the same things, just smaller versions. So, anyway, so like I said, there's definitely more carbs in my salads than there used to be. So, but this, I'm able to tolerate it, and my body does good with it. I mean, I've been able to work off my holiday weight, so yay. So anyway, I am definitely more low carb than keto, which is all right. That's how I'm maintaining. So then, like I said, the night before, I'll dump this into my container, and I'll do I'll weigh out my other ingredients. So, last one, and I'll be right back. All right, that's how they look. So, it's funny. I don't know why I feel like I have to defend the fact that I eat more carbs than when I was losing weight. I don't know why. It's just instincts. I guess because people will sometimes comment about, that's not keto, and I know I'm not keto anymore, but I do tend to get defensive, like, I don't eat the same, it's not the same. I guess I just don't want people to be thinking that, I lost my weight eating the way I eat now. And so I get paranoid about it, and I don't want people to be upset at the fact that I eat more vegetables than other people are able to eat and lose weight. So I need to stop being so defensive about it. But I am. It's just what I am. So the last thing, whenever I make my vegetables in the evenings, or my salads up for work the next day, you guys see that I pull this out. Well, this right here is, it is 3 jars of sugar, or no sugar added, what are those things called? No sugar added bread and butter pickles, and 2 containers of the no sugar added relish. So that's what's dumped in here. I'm going to wash these and I'll be right back. So what I wanted to do was add some more cucumbers to my veggies. Except I'm not doing a very good job at cutting these in half. But I'm going to go ahead and get off the end pieces here. I don't like the end pieces. So I'm going to cut those off. And like I said, there's already pickles in there, but I'm going to go ahead and add some cucumbers to it. And it'll help it. It'll go further. So there we go. There's those ends. I'm just going to open this container up. And we're just going to let me see. I might need to lift this. Hang on. There we go. So now I'm just going to cut them right on into the container. And let these cucumbers become bread and butter pickles right along with the bread and butter pickles that are already in there. So there we go. I'm gonna work on this and then I'll be back. Okay, so now I got them all cut in there. I'm gonna take like a spoon. I'll use, hey, this ain't just for spaghetti, y'all. I'm gonna take this and kind of mix it all up. So I get them kind of buried down in there and let some of the already bread and buttered veggies come up to the top here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, let's get them mixed up there a little bit. All right. Now that I made a big mess, so like I said, I wanted to put this in this video because I use these pickled bread and butter pickles in every salad. And I'm also going to show you what I use for my dressing. Just a second. So every evening when I'm making up my food for the next day, you all see me use this little salad dressing bottle right here. So what this is, it's a combination of G. Hughes honey mustard and G. Hughes Polynesian. And so I do about a fourth of it with, we'll say, honey mustard, a fourth of it with Polynesian, and the rest of it with water. I water my salad dressings down. One, it lowers the calories, and two, it gets it all over the vegetables, so every bite has salad dressing. When it's really thick, you only get it on a few bites. But Polynesian only has 10 calories and 2 carbs. Honey mustard has 20 calories and 1 carb. So by mixing them and then diluting it, you know, it's cleaning up the macros. I have one more of these. I also like this dressing. Sometimes I put some of this in there, but I found out recently I have to strain it out because the little pickle remnants get stuck in here, so I can't squirt it out. So anyway, I've got this last one. I also like the Skinny Girl dressing. Those are really good. So, but yeah, so that's how I do my salads, and that's how I prep my salads this week. Oh, there. That's how I did my salads this week. And I got the paper towel in them, so they're all going to be on the paper towels.